Guys, it's Rachie B here. So I have a new video for you guys. This is a Reno from Urban Sims, and she did a fixer-upper style home for us and uploaded it to the gallery. She did a YouTube video. I'll put that in the comments below or in the description below so that you can get to her video and watch her original speed build. So anyways, here it is. So I went ahead and downloaded it because I love the idea. I personally love Fixer Upper. I love Chip and Joanna Gaines. I think they are crazy great. And so I actually made the two Sims that bought this house, Chip and Joanna Gaines. They are also uploaded on the gallery under my site, RachieB22. All of that info will be down below. So I started off in the backyard. I took out that nasty water and put in the sparkling blue, and then I put in a new floor in the bottom of it, which I think really kind of changes the whole dynamic of that pool. It almost, like, if we did nothing else, changing that nasty pool would do it. But of course, we have to do the whole house. So the challenge rules from Urban Sims was you had to use the same money, or the amount of money that the house was valued at. So I think her house on the gallery was about 64,000 simoleons, and so that's what we used. I moved Chip and Joanna into this lot. I gave them enough money to purchase the house, put it on the lot, and then I zeroed out their money before I even started. So I went through and I started selling all these plants, all the vines, getting rid of everything, all of the clutter and things that we didn't want. And then I started. So what I've seen Chip and Joanna do a lot in their renovations is when there's brick involved, they don't necessarily take the brick out. They refinish it, they repurpose it, they make it beautiful again. And so that's what I did. Instead of doing new siding or doing something completely different than the brick, I just changed the look of the brick, because I think that kind of stays very true to how they do it. And I'm a huge Chip and Joanna fan again, so I would probably do things very similar. And I love brick. My current home is brick, and I just want to change the look of the brick. I think brick is super classy, super traditional, and I love it. But I did put siding on the uppers where the roof is, just because I think it gives that nice contrast to the house. It gives it some visual interest. So with the challenge rules, you had to use the money available to you. So you zero out your account, and then whatever you sell, you can use that money to rebuild, to move walls, to add new furniture, new wallpapers, and so that's what I did. So I started with these pillars. I thought changing the look of the pillars would be great, and doing the little border that's around the deck. I also changed that to more of a stone. Thought it was more inviting, and then here I just kind of changed the lighting, obviously, to make it a little bit brighter for me to work with. This Reno actually didn't take me very long, which I was surprised. I did this in a couple of hours with some breaks here and there. Dinner break, watching some TV with the hubs. Anyways, so, it didn't take me as long. I did it all in really kind of one shot. I only took a few, pee breaks in between just to, get up and walk around. For the most part, I sat here and I did it. I didn't even know how much time had gone by. Maybe a couple of hours, not really sure. But I didn't do any second day stuff. I think when I went through and I did a scrolling video through the house just to kind of do a layout tour, that I might have done the second day, only because it was super late and I needed to go to bed. But other than that, everything else I did day one, which was great. I didn't get so exhausted with trying to figure out where to place rooms and did the flow look right? Can we put it in upstairs? I just kept true to the bones of the house. and just kind of redid every room as it stood. And then I did add a master bath. I also added this little wall just to make the dining room a little bit more symmetrical. It bugged me just slightly. It was just enough where I was like, I need this to look the right way. The dining room, I think, turned out to be my favorite room. I struggled with the colors. I definitely struggled with the floors in this house. I was not sure what I wanted to do at all. So I basically in the dining room went off of a dining room table and chairs, put that in there, and then I put a rug down, which you'll see here in a few minutes. That it was because of the rug that I changed the entire, not really the entire look, but I changed the wallpaper and the chairs and everything just because of this one rug. I love this light. It came out from the Dine Out pack, and for whatever reason I remember it being slightly larger, and that's why I haven't used it in any of my other homes, but it fits really well in this house, and I just think it's a really cool light. So this is the table that I went with. I changed the color, and the chairs, I picked orange originally. I wanted something out of the normal. I wanted something really kind of funky that you wouldn't normally see. And I'm just trying wallpapers, trying different colors. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, I'm done with the dining room for right now. Let me go back to the cabinets. Every time I got a little bit stuck on something, because I knew I was recording, I just skipped over it and just forgot about it for a few minutes and moved on. So, I'm back in the kitchen. I recolored the cabinets. I really like these cabinets, and so I thought they were really, really very nice. I struggled because of the lighting right here. The island counters are not the same color. They are lighter, and I thought the countertop matched, but then the lower part didn't match, and so I had to figure out which color it was, and then I'm adding in some more of these windows. I went with the blue style. Now that I see it, it doesn't really match the door, but that's kind of what I was going for, for it to match the door, because I had chosen what I thought was a blue outer, updated door frame for this house. Front door can change the entire look of a home. So here I'm back in the dining room because I finally decided I'm going to put a rug down. And so I chose a rug from the movie pack, and these rugs are so very cool. I love all their colors. I think that, and this is the rug that I chose. So again, now I'm changing all of the chairs. I changed the dining room table, and then I'm going to change the wall color because I finally figured out what I want to do. I love this rug, and I think it's super cool, super funky. I love the wainscoting on this wallpaper and the trim detail up at the top on the crown molding, and then these funky window curtains that I added just on either side of the door. I thought just added some visual interest to the entire room. And for the most part, the dining room's done. And here's where I figured out that the counters are not the same color. And then I'm going back and forth making sure that the cabinets actually are the correct color. I do change out the bar stools quite a bit because I can't figure out what I want. And so a lot of what I chose depended upon what the wall colors were. I did kind of dig this wallpaper. It was like a honeycomb beehive. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I did kind of like it, just not in the brown. So, it was very brown on brown in this house. Very obviously dated. That's what the whole point of the house was. It was dated. It was unloved. It just went and got run down. There were squatters living in the house. There was graffiti. So, I just tried to update what was there because the bones were good. The bathroom, I think I left everything except for the sink. I did change out the sink, but the bones were just really good. And I think that's kind of what Chip and Joanna try to do, is they try to keep with the true character of the home in its original state. Um, so I add these half walls by the toilets because for whatever reason I just really dig them. I think they're awesome. And I had them in my second bath in Washington, in my home there, and then I actually have one in my second bath in my current home where there's just a half wall that separates the toilet from the vanity or from the shower, and I like that half wall. I don't know why. I don't know. It fits. It works. So that's what I did in this home. I actually did that for the master bath and for the second bath, and I did add a master bathroom because I think that everybody needs a master bathroom. My master bathroom is tiny, and I don't like it, and it's one of the things that is on our current renovation list. You know, we've got a whole laundry list of things we're going to do to our house, and you know, a master bath is one of them because master baths sell homes. Master baths and kitchens sell homes. That's what I'm confident of. Unless you're somebody like me who can see the vision on what's going on in it, in the house, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna change this. I don't like it, but I can change it and I can make it what I want. And that's kind of what I'm doing with my current home. Is I bought it knowing that there were these flaws that I didn't currently like, and that I'm gonna redo. I'm gonna make it better so that when I sell it, I can make some money off of it. Hopefully. Hopefully the market keeps upticking and, you know, the value of my home increases with the changes that I do. So I made this little reading nook. I used a different I just used one little section of wallpaper on that back little wall to give it a little bit of visual interest. But again, I'm very sporadic in this house because I get kind of stumped with what's going on, and I move. I move on. It's kind of like when you're stuck on a question on a test at school. You just, okay, I'll spend a minute on it. If I really don't get it, I'm just going to move on to the next question. I'll come back to it later. Maybe it'll hit me like a ton of bricks and I'll figure out what the answer is. So I spent a lot of time in the kids' room. I did use a lot of the kids' stuff pack. I have, obviously now, the kids' stuff pack, and I think it's great. I think I love everything in it. There's only one thing that I'm missing that I think would have been awesome to have, and it would have been a rocking chair so that when you have a baby, you can rock the baby to sleep. That's the only thing that I wish we had. We got a ton of stuff for the kids pack though. So for $10, we got a lot of stuff, and I am so happy with it. The only thing that they could have added to just completely seal the deal on that would have been a rocking chair, but I digress. I think they did a wonderful job anyways. A lot of the new gameplay is great. I'm doing that in my baby challenge. I've updated some of those rooms, and I've gotten some of the new toys, the Void Critter battle station, and so I will definitely delve more into the kid stuff pack in my 100 baby challenge in the next couple of videos. But here I'm really just trying to figure out if I want to do a girls' room or a boys' room or a gender neutral room, what walls I want to do, and I think I settled on a girls' room. I settled on one of the pink beds, I think, and I'm getting rid of, you know, some of the extra stuff that I don't want. I'm not a big curtain fan. I don't know why in The Sims I'm not a big curtain fan. I'm just not. So I didn't place a lot of curtains in this house. Obviously you could if you wanted to. But I'm more about the decorations, what's on the walls, what can they actually use. I love the honeycomb shelves. Those are so cool. We don't have a lot of things that we can stack stuff on that has some visual interest, and the honeycomb shelves really have a lot of visual interest in them. So I thought, why not? So this is the little girl's room with the Void Critter bed, and so here I'm just trying to figure out what I want to put on the walls, what I want to decorate with. I like that. I like a house that looks like it's slightly lived in. So I tried to add some clutter items, but not a lot of clutter items. I wanted it to look like a family lived there. or was ready for a family to live there. You know, all of the furniture's there. It's ready to go. If you had nothing in your life, if you had just the clothes on your back, you could walk in and there's a ready-made bed with a dresser, and, you know, you've got a really nice kitchen, and you've got a TV, and, you know, all kinds of different stuff. So, I'd finished with the kids' room and decided I was going to go ahead and go on to the master. And I don't finish the master right away just because I, again, get sidetracked. I see a squirrel and I go with it. I probably saw a shiny object in the house, or I had to scold a dog, so I moved on and got distracted. Happens all the time. Total space cadet sometimes. Again, here's the half wall with the toilets. So I love the spa day stuff for bathrooms. I like the tiles. I like the wallpapers, and I think the wallpaper I settled on in the bath was a spa day wallpaper. And the bed that I picked out seems to be a recurring theme in this build with other simmers. I feel like I've seen at least 2 or 3 builds, if not more, with that same master bed, and it's probably because it's very light and bright. I don't feel like we have a lot of very light and bright beds, or at least ones that I prefer, and so I went with that one, and, you know, saving the game. I've had a lot of blue screening issues lately, so I'm saving at each step that I can. And when I was telling you floors drove me nuts, this is when the floors start to drive me the craziest, because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in the kitchen, what I want to do in that little alcove. I did end up putting carpet down, I think, and I changed the wallpaper in there, I think. Not sure. Not 100% positive at this moment, but I think I did. And so I'm, you know, struggling with the floors and the rest of the house. And I really decided that I wanted the living room to be separate from that kitchen eat-in area. And so I put up a wall, and I put in an arch. And I love arches. They just kind of give that dimension, that visual dimension. That, you know, this is a room. They block it off, but they don't leave it completely sealed out. There's not a closable door. So, you know, and again, I kind of squirreled and was like, okay, I'm gonna do the walls in the kitchen, and I settled on one that was similar to this honeycomb or this beehive or whatever it's called. It was just a little bit lighter. I went with the white wainscoting and white crown molding because I feel like it's white. I don't know why. I feel like white trim is much cleaner than dark trim. I have dark trim in my house and I can't stand it. I am painting every single piece of trim in my house to make it white. I like white doors. I like white trim. I feel like it's clean, has clean lines, and it doesn't look so dated. I used what looked like subway tile to me in this kitchen, and if my husband ever sees this video, he will probably give me a look in utter disgust, because I hate subway tile. In our house I hate subway tile because our kitchen is white, our appliances are white, our cabinets, uppers and lowers are white, and we have white subway tile. It is a white kitchen, and I cannot stand the white kitchen. And so the first thing I want to get rid of is the subway tile, because I don't like white subway tile. Now, I like the glass subway tile, like the greens and the really pretty color subway tile. Love those. But with this kitchen, because of the dark uppers and lowers, and the lighter countertop, I felt like the white subway tile was appropriate. I did use this other beehive wallpaper in the little reading nook. I thought was appropriate. And then this living room wallpaper happens to be one of my favorite, just because I think this is what Joanna would use. She would peel back the wallpaper and she would find shiplap. Joanna loves shiplap. If you've never seen Fixer Upper, she loves it. And I think there's a comment that Chip makes: if Joanna in a French door had a baby, it would be shiplap, or something like that. I don't know. But it's hilarious because in every home they go into, invariably she pulls down some wallpaper, or she does something, and there's shiplap on the wall. So, or she puts shiplap on the wall. So I thought this living room would be very Joanna true with that wall, the walls the way they are. Um, and then, just figuring out what kind of furniture. I liked the Victorian feel in the furniture. I kept with kind of that older style in the living room. I just felt it was appropriate for this house because it's an older house. And I wanted that charm and character. And because we already had that Victorian chair in the corner, I just thought that would be appropriate to keep with the theme. And then placing a curtain, because I feel like in the living room it's probably necessary to make sure that, we kind of can cut down on the lights. There's not some glare on the TVs. And at this point, I'm just placing plants. I think I'm done with the wallpapering. The master bath might be the only thing left, but now I'm just decorating. And so there's not much left for me, at least, to say in this video. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Urban Sims, for putting this out for us. It's amazing. I'm so glad you did it, and I can't wait to see your next one. All of the info is going to be down in the description, the link to her video, and her YouTube channel, and then my ID. So if you want to download this this house to your gallery, it'll be there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up and let me know what you liked or didn't like in the comments below. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. See you later.
Yeah. out and let go. Try hard.